Hello my fellow wargamers. First I have a little complaint about the miniature you see in front of you. This is Hodgepodge Emissary, and my problem is the scale of this little old man. It's not as bad as I originally thought it was, so I'm not going to dedicate a whole video to it, but he is quite small. In fact, he's about the same size as a gremlin. Now, if I compare him to Hamlin over here, see what I mean? This isn't the first time Weird had problems with scaling, nothing new here. Sometimes certain models were a little too small, but more often they were far too large. Like, for example, this guy over here. In fact, Hamlin was a bit large as well, but not as much as this guy. Now, I understand he's just a decoration and the miniature itself is Wendigo, but this guy is like a real giant. Same can be said about one of the Death Marshals. He's simply huge. And don't forget about the first batch of the Victoria's box set. I started this project for one of the weird contests, but I got stuck on the base, took too long, by which point I thought it was too late, so I won't be working on this project anytime soon. It would go something like this. Unfortunately, the base didn't turn out how I wanted. I don't like how the bricks turned out. And the whole thing should have been wider. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing now. Can't really use it for anything. I can't use it for Philip and Nanny, for example. Again, it's not wide enough. And anyway, for Philip and Nanny I was thinking of something a bit less civilized. Like a raised dirt path with dirt steps going down. Something like that. I might have some sort of pipe going alongside on which this thing will be crawling. I don't know what it is. It's from Mantic Skeleton Sprue, but I think it will look nice on that base. Now, this thing could have been a bit larger as well. It's not too bad, but if you compare it to him, this is the base I did for this. It's a bit over the top, considering this is just a minion model, but yeah. It's actually quite a nice base, only a bit excessive, and a bit too tall for a miniature like this. Now, going back to Hodgepodge Emissary, if you say that he's just a frail old man, let's compare him to Ionos. He too supposed to be an old man, but as you notice he is quite a bit larger. In fact, look at the length of their legs. Ionos is much bigger. Maybe I should just put Ionos on top of that donkey. He's actually doesn't look that bad, but if I do that, then I won't have Ionos. So he's just gonna have to stay on top of his clock instead. I had to peel him off his clock because there's too many areas on the inside which would be impossible to reach. Another problem I had with this guy is that he was very difficult to put together. The way the sculpt was cut is just very awkward. Gluing it was difficult as well. Pieces just wouldn't stay in place. Actually, I normally don't like putting so much of it together before painting it, because this makes just too many places which would be very difficult to reach. But on this one I just had to do it because I just wouldn't be able to glue the pieces on after it's already been painted. It would create too much mess and the glue was like all over the place. Okay, rant over. Now let's look what I have on my table right now. This is Ice Golem, and I'm making a really nice big base for him. This thing is going to be on it as well. Now here I have some sketches of the actual base. In the center we have the top view. That's how the base will look from above. And the circle is basically where the lip base is. Here in the middle is the places where his feet will go, like this. And over here, that's the view from the side. It's going to be slightly sloped, and that dark silhouette there is where this thing is going to go. I actually decided to show everyone the process of how I'm making this base. So it's going to be a series of videos. Now, I never actually done something like this before, so I don't know how it will turn out, but hopefully it's going to be useful to someone regardless. Even though the project is already started, you haven't missed much. I don't know if you actually noticed, but this woman is made entirely out of different press-molded bits which been glued together. This gown, for example, was press-molded from original metal bête noire, and the torso is from one of the rotten bells. The face was from another rotten bell. Arm, I can't remember exactly, probably rotten bell as well, and so are the boots. So you got different parts from different miniatures assembled together like a jigsaw, and if you turn her around, that doesn't look nice at all, but that part won't actually be visible. She'll have her back against that big rock, and so it won't be visible. She's basically hiding from the ice golem underneath that horizontal stone slab. And that's all I've done so far. There will be another arm here, and she will be wearing a shawl which I'm going to sculpt, and it's going to cover up most of the gaps. Hair is the only thing I sculpted so far. The rest is press molds. It will look good when finished. Now over here we're going to have a bit of a dried up tree. And that's what the roots will look like. The top have been broken off, and there's going to be this side branch. And on the other side, I'm trying to do something like this over here. So the hiding woman will go here. There's going to be this tree. It'll be going just under the ice golem's leg, like this. Now, something else I want to show you now. is this. Because this is Ito Itsunagi from Bushido range, and the base I'm making is actually going to be fairly similar to this. Again, you have this horizontal slab at the top, more rocks underneath, and the tree to the side, and so something like this, only bigger. The hiding woman will be on the side here, and this horizontal slab will be sticking out a lot more. So imagine this, but on a large 50mm base. Obviously, I will not be copying it, but the idea will be fairly similar. And this is going to be it for today. This was the first of hopefully a series of videos. Thank you for watching. Feel free to ask questions, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.